Hello and welcome to another episode or video, depending on whether you're listening or watching. So lately I've been setting up quite a few new sessions, events and programs, and this is to do with a new direction for Bracken Outdoors that kind of incorporates more of the therapeutic style stuff that I've been working on, training in, and also more teen focused sessions. Now, inevitably, when you are setting up new things like this, it's a bit of throwing mud at the wall and hoping that some sticks. There's going to be varying degrees of success, particularly when you're just starting out with a new audience or new program. And so you'll put out an event and you'll say, get a few bookings, and then you have to make, if you do all the marketing and it doesn't quite hit the numbers that you'd like, you are stuck in a rather tricky position, and that namely is, do I continue to run it or do I cancel it? Now, there are points where this decision becomes a lot easier, and that is if you don't have any bookings or just one, or if you are fully booked, the decision is made for you. You're going to go, barring some surprise sickness or something, or a van breaking down, the determination is made. It's the grey area right in between where there's a few bookings but maybe not as many as you would like, that it kind of feels on the edge of, should I run it, should I not? And I've been in the position a couple of times in the last month and a bit, and I've kind of developed my thinking around it. So the three factors I now look at when I'm deciding whether to run or whether to cancel and refund people is, first of all, financial, then it's customer experience, and third, it is business value. So first factor, financial. Now, this is pretty simple when it comes to are you running it at loss or not? Generally, if it hasn't made enough from ticket sales to break even, for me that's I'm sorry, I'm not going to dig myself deeper into the ground to run a session, unless we'll get to some other reasons further along, unless there is some, particularly in that third factor, business value. So whether it's in the red or the black, that's a big determination. Now once you've crossed that mark between losing money and breaking even, then there's still a bit of a grey area. Because say you only have one ticket over that, is it still worth running for, say, £20 or £40? Now, I would say for that amount, maybe not. Again, all of these three factors need to be looked at together. But looking purely financially, the thinking I'm getting to is that if I can break even and make somewhere around my half a day rate, then that makes it worth doing. If it's over that amount, great, definitely run it. If it's under that amount, depending on the group, depending on how many people are there, depending on factor number 2, I'm probably going to cancel it. So that becomes a straight numbers game. So that is the quantitative side of things. So is it financially, is it breaking even? Yes, no. Is it making at least half my daily income, my daily rate? So if your daily rate is 150 in profit after overheads, then whether 75 is your point where you is your cutoff point. Now the second factor is customer experience, and this is actually one of my bigger reasons for cancelling, because quite often if you're just starting out and you've got a lot of overheads, actually running a session that helps take care of your overheads for the month does have some value. But the biggest thing for me is customer experience. I want the people that come to the session to have a good experience. If I have 3 children on a session, I mean, we could, depending on the children, we could have a fantastic session, but more often than not, it doesn't quite have the atmosphere and the energy and the enjoyment that a session with, say, 5 or 6 children has. There's limitations on whether those children get along. If those 3 don't get along, well, then there's a potential issue. Yeah, because they're not going to be able to get as much enjoyment out of it. They're going to be more focused on you. For some sessions, this might work. I run a few 1-to-1 or 1-to-3 private bushcraft sessions, and those can give us quite a bit of enjoyment. But that is a slightly different focus from a forest school, which is more child and play led. So if a forest school session only has 2 or 3 children or 1 to 2 families booked on, then regardless of the financial, I'm going to say I can't give the customers the experience they deserve out of this, so I'm going to cancel the session. So customer experience is a valuable factor in there, as we're thinking that what is their experience going to be like if they come to a session and there's one other person. And I mean, some people might really like it, others not. For me, that atmosphere, having more people, is a really valuable part of the sessions I run. So it factors more heavily in my decisions. The third factor is business value, and this has more weight right at the start of your business career, or right at the start of launching a new session, event or program. If I can run an event that pays for itself, in that all of my overheads are covered and I've broken even, and I can get testimonials, photos, test the session plans and session ideas to make sure that they work well, then I may well go ahead and run that, because that has business value longer term, beyond the monetary. It's setting the stage for the next one to hopefully be more successful. And sometimes you will have to run, particularly if you're running regular forest school sessions, you may well have to run quite a few at break even, or just a small amount of profit, to be able to build up credibility within the space, build up a reputation and build a brand. If you cancel all of your sessions in that period, then you're not gaining anything, and people will quickly go to other providers because you're not providing anything. So business value is a bigger part of the equation. Whereas if you've already got a really big bank of photos and testimonials, and you are still not booking sessions, then business value diminishes. And you can probably say, okay, this was the wrong time of year, this is the wrong day, this was the price that I moved it up to was wrong, I need to make some changes, I need to go back to the drawing board, so I'm going to cancel for now and come back another day. So you can see these 3 different factors kind of overlap, and you've got to look at the whole picture to really make a good decision. Sometimes that decision you make could be purely financial, like, okay, I just need a bit more to make sure I've taken care of the overheads this month. even £20 towards my take-home pay this month is going to be valuable. Go ahead and run it. If the business value is there, if you're looking to trial a program and pilot a program, and you just want people to come along, enjoy it. If it has small numbers, but you can run a really tightly focused, almost private session, and deliver some real value for people that will hopefully then become your lifelong customers. That's great, because if someone has paid for a group bushcraft session and then gets one-to-one instruction, in many cases they'll be a win, and you will have converted that person into an ardent fan. So there's no right or wrong answers as to when to cancel, when to run, but I hope this has helped with your thinking, and if you kind of decide when to make that determination. In a purely monetary sense, I really like the half your income rule. That seems like a good way to do it, but it may cost you more in petrol and time, effort, and you may choose to spend that time with your family instead, or building the next event, which will hopefully be more successful. All of those are the difficult decisions that you will likely have to make in your own business. There you go. Hope you found that helpful. If you're looking for activity ideas for those sessions that you do run, then do check out my complete favorite activity guides, the top 20 best activities that I have found, the ones that are popular all the way around with a variety of ages. I've got a free PDF if you head to the link in the description below. With that, thank you so much for watching and listening. Remember to make the most of every day. I'll catch you all next time.